Welcome ladies and gents, name's Ben, and in this video we're going to take a closer look at the exotic pulse rifle, the Vigilance Wing. If you don't have it, it can be obtained from Xur or exotic engrams. I was surprised to learn that over the past few weeks, it's been one of the top 5 most used weapons in the Trials of the Nine. So I took it out for a test, pew pew. Flavor text reads, "The eye remains open, the lighthouse remains lit. Brother Vance." Wonder what he's up to these days, who cares? The intrinsic perk of the weapon is Harsh Truths, which grants you a 5-round burst per trigger pull, each one dealing 18 damage on precision shots within optimal range. The second half of this perk is probably my favorite. Gain health regen on allied death and increase movement speed. Whoever came up with this is basically telling you that if you bait your teammates a lot, you will be immortal. What the perk description doesn't explain is that it may cause you to make fake callouts from time to time to get your health back at the expense of your comrades. Don't judge.
I have like PTSD from that many calls.
5 minutes. Could go your way.
They're all one shot?
Could go there.
Oh, get my crap.
Yep, there's just one more left.
It also comes with the range and stability boosting perks, corkscrew rifling, and composite stock. The perk Alloy Mag grants increased reload speed on anti-magazines, and the perk Last Stand boosts your handling when you're the last guardian standing. Yay. The main advantage to using this weapon over other pulse rifles has to be the 5-round burst, where other pulses can deal anywhere from 60 to 77 damage with precision shots within optimal range. Vigilance Wing lets you deal up to 90, making it an excellent choice for cleaning up kills and contributing to team shots. The main disadvantage is its recoil pattern and fire rate, which makes it very difficult to use outside of medium range encounters and against any weapon with the perk high caliber rounds. So even though you land those 18s from a good distance, the recoil will ensure that at least 2 to 3 bullets in the burst don't land on target as consistently as you'd like. Now that I've covered the weapon's basic perks and performance, I wanted to add a little oomph to this review by listing ideal maps for the weapon, as well as some mods, loadouts, and playstyles that can optimize the weapon's performance for you. First up, maps. It's ideal in small maps with medium range sightlines where weapons like the Mida aren't peppering you. Emperor's Respite and the Dead Cliffs are 2 examples that come to mind. Avoid corridors where weapons like SMGs and sidearms are usable. That should go without saying. Next, armor mods. If you don't know, kinetic counterbalance mods can be equipped on chest pieces across all classes. Hunters have the added advantage of being able to equip a second kinetic counterbalance mod on their cloaks. These mods actually reduce the horizontal sway you experience with many weapons like pulse rifles. Here's a look at the Vigilance Wing on a Hunter with 0, 1, and 2 counterbalance mods equipped. Notice the near vertical recoil pattern with 2 mods. I should mention that these patterns don't necessarily reflect what you'd see with the weapon when you're targeting an opponent, mainly because aim assist comes into play when you're trying to give somebody the business. So mods won't really make or break this weapon. If you're familiar with the weapon, you can get away with learning its recoil pattern and leading your shots appropriately. Next, the best pairings for this weapon have to be sidearms and SMGs. I'd recommend the Last Hope because it's currently the best melee range weapon in the game, or any number of SMGs like the Foggy Notion or out of options in the energy weapon slot. Lastly, the ideal playstyle for this weapon has to be the buddy system. If you play the lone wolf game, you'll find yourself dealing a ton of damage, but unable to finish as many kills as you would team shooting, simply because a lot of players know to run away when something this heavy hitting knocks out their shields. If, however, you manage to land the first shot without getting tagged and your opponent decides to stay for some crazy reason, the engagement is yours. Stormlocks with Arc Souls have an added advantage of being able to stand their ground solo with this weapon, because the little arc buddies can deal up to 48 damage on their own, allowing you to run around 2 bursting people with a Vigilance Wing. Anywho, what do you guys think of the weapon? Did you bother picking it up from old Seaweed Face? Also, if you have any additional builds that work great with this weapon, type at me about it. Double also. Mode of Might, my clan, is currently accepting members, so if you're looking for a group to raid with or run some Iron Banana come next week, be sure to shoot me a message on Xbox. I won't be using the Vigilance Wing, I promise. Until next time, God bless and deuces.